Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing and thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. I am in somewhat of a bad mood. I was on TikTok last night watching the match between Blamdem and Damien from Guyana. Yes, guys, I have idle moments and it is what it is. I do have my moments and I had, remember I told you that not to let it expand 30 minutes when I broke my own rule and it went over because it was a live and it was a competition that they were having, a live match. And so I was watching the match and everything, and I had to add my 2 cents to it because I was very much pissed and, seeing that Blamdem had lost the match and everything. But it's so funny how so much Jamaicans were rooting against Jamaica in the match and not realizing that we are extremely patriotic when it comes to competition. We're very competitive, we're very patriotic, and we make things about ourselves at all times. So I was shocked, but not so much shocked because I know a lot of persons do not like Blamdem because he's known for going after people, telling them, with his slogan, go look at work, John Crow, and all of these type of things. And so persons were just so happy because they know that going on his life or him going on their life, you can't win with him in an argument. You understand? You're just not going to win. And people are just drawn to his foolishness. And because of such, they were rooting against him and many wanted him to lose. I was one of them who wanted him to win, you understand? And many persons are saying that Damien won fair and square, it was an even match, everything is okay and stuff like that. But when I look into it, I realize that at 9th, there's no way you can be sending 2 lions and you're at 6,000 something going 9,000, right? And you send 2 lions, and when you send 2 lions, you're still at 9,000 something. So persons sort of more than likely see that something's actually wrong. Yes, Blamdem's strategy was very poor. He came out saying that people should shoot on double and triple and all of these type of things. Damien had a different strategy where he was like shoot from the get-go. So by the time the match started, Damien was already at 100 and plus thousand points, while Blamdem was coming through at 6,000, waiting for double and triple, while persons were shooting. I think Nicki Minaj had said that she wasn't going to send any gifts, so persons were attacking Nicki. Nicki came in late. Nicki started gifting late because she said that she wasn't going to gift Blamdem in the match. She wanted to leave it where it's at, let him and his supporters. So when Blamdem supporters came in and started gifting, they started gifting late. So it was that time Damien was already at some 3, 6, 8, 9, 10 million going. You understand? While Blamdem is just catching up. So clearly you wouldn't have won within having like 1 minute and 30 seconds left in a match. You understand? And so we were questioning what took place, not just the loss, okay, and not being a sore loser. Yes, we do have sore losing moments. Jamaica do not like to lose when it comes to other Caribbean in quote territories. I will get to why I quote the Caribbean, where I put it in quotation right there. However, when we look into it, like I said, you are at 9,000 something points and someone sends 2 lions, and up and sending 2 lions a universe, you're still at 9,000 points going. So Gold Digger was letting us know that, listen, if people are reporting your live or you have a strike on it or a ban on it or something like that, it will affect the triple segment of it and stuff, where persons will send it but the score will not be recorded or register. And they were saying that you're stupid and but you don't control to TikTok, and these are the rules of TikTok. So if persons were actually reporting live of their live had been reported before and stuff like that, it's going to be questionable. I think he was advised to go in the match or to have the match on his other page, and he didn't listen. You understand? And because of such, Damien just had a better strategy, but his persons were actually reporting the live. And persons are saying that no, they're not. They weren't reporting it and this and that, and he won fair and square. Blamdem last year. Glad to see. You guys are sore losers also because you were reporting the live. That was a mean, unfair strategy, and it's poor sportsmanship. Because if you were not reporting the live, explain why when Gold Digger went live, persons were actually reporting it. I was saying to her to block them, to block the persons who were commenting negatively about Blamdem, but she didn't listen. She kept arguing with them until she realized that her live was actually being reported. You understand? So Guyanas, you are Guyanas, not Guyanese, Guyanas, You are actually sore losers also. You guys are not, I will say why I quote the Caribbean. You guys are not in the Caribbean. You're in South America. And for those who want to have an argument with me, I will have an argument with you. Guyana is the only English-speaking territory that is in South America. It is not in the Caribbean. Maybe it's associated with CARICOM based on history, based on the sports or the old school cricket games and stuff like that. So it's associated with CARICOM. However, it is not a part of the Caribbean when it comes to topography. You understand? So we need not to argue on it. What's understood doesn't need further explanation. Someone tried insulting me saying that I need to go to school. I don't know which school you're talking to, because if you went to a school that told you Guyana was in the Caribbean, I do not want to be a part of such academia. You understand? Because obviously they're spreading misinformation. It is not in the Caribbean and it never will be. You can annex it, but it still won't be. Just like Puerto Rico is not in the United States. It is not. It's a part of the Spanish-speaking Caribbean territories. However, it has been annexed with the U.S. Guam is also not in the U.S. Hawaii is not in the U.S. landmass when it comes to topography. It's the same thing with Guyana. It is not in the Caribbean. It is in South America, next to Brazil, Ecuador, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Peru, Chile, all these countries. That's where Guyana is located. The only English-speaking country that is our territory, because there's a small shrub landmass full of shrubs. That is located. You can get at me when I don't listen to me. I do not like you guys. You guys are sore losers. Your strategy is very poor when it comes to winning, and you want to report a live because that's the only way you guys really would have won. You understand? And I'm going in and I'm kicking your ass. I'm saying it. I'm handing you guys. You know, Mackerel gave it to you, and I was rooting for you guys when Mackerel. But no, I realized that Mackerel was actually right. You guys deserve to go in on, because I don't know why you think that you won one match and you did it unfairly, and you just believe that, you know, you sail off into the sunset. And this is Guyana, I love you. I love you, Guyana. So funny. I love you guys. You know, I love you. I love you guys. You know, you guys are beautiful people. I like Guyanese. You guys defend your country, and you're within your right to do so. You guys defend Damien, you're within your rights to do so. We were waiting on Blamdem to come back live, but you guys reported and had the guy live, you know, as his account on a ban warning. Mine end up on a ban warning also. You understand? So it just goes to show how mean and cruel and evil you people really are. But you know, it is what it is. Be grateful. Blamdem does not have the same supporters like RT Boss, because if Blamdem had it, Damien would not be able to go live. So just be grateful. Okay, more onto something that is very serious now at hand. I said I don't speak on these TikTokers, some of them, because they're just shiftless people who are absolutely going nowhere, who are doing frightening things for change, for money, for all of these type of things on social media. And so I don't want to give them any clout or speak on them. But we are seeing the situation with Jayden. He had his girlfriend at the time, who is Fabbi, and she lost a baby. We know that's one of the worst time in any woman's life to actually lose a baby, unless she intentionally decided to have an abortion. It's one of the worst time in a woman's life. She took off her underwear and went to have a shower in the bathroom, and he went in there to record her underwear being dirty and post it to send it to people on the internet. Like, what kind of low-grade, nasty, degenerate you could have to be in a man for you to even think of doing something like that? You understand? Now we have Tikki, who went through the border, had his court case. He was assisted by Bigone, another gay guy. This is from the gay community now. Being assisted, you got, you know, the guy was housing you, having you there. You went inside his house, took a picture of his medication, and then you went and researched it and found out that he has HIV. Now, the only way I can understand, and I don't want to give this excuse, because I don't want him to take it and run with it, or person to send him and believe that you can use it as an angle to create an advantage, just in case there comes a litigation between you saying these things online and giving information, you know, about a person's personal medical history and stuff like that. Maybe, just maybe, Bigone was probably soliciting sex from Tikki. Probably that's the case why Tikki felt the need to go and take a picture of it and research it, which is within his right to do so. I believe so. If you're in the privacy staying with someone and they are in fact soliciting sex or sexual favors from you, you actually have a right to know what they're on, if they're on any medication, if they have any illness, if they have any non-communicable diseases like cancer, diabetes, HIV, AIDS, all these type of things. So if such is the case, and Bigone was actually soliciting sex or sexual favors from Tikki, he is within his right to go and research to find out what the medication is about. No, go and do so if such is not the case, where he didn't want anything from you and you went ahead and go in the man's privacy and took a photo of his medication, and then you're telling the entire world that Bigone have HIV, have AIDS, and his mouth is stink, inside him is stink, and all this type of thing, talking about the man underwear and all these type of things. You guys are just one low down demonic black people. That's all I can say, because when you look into that, now you see why people do not invite. Like, listen, I know I have friends for more than 20 plus years, and I do not know where they live, and they do not know where I live. I have absolutely no interest in going to people's house, and I do not want anybody at my house. You understand me? My place is sacred. I don't want anybody at my place, because it would be a very, very, very catastrophic day for any individual who believed that they were my friend and they could come into my house and take videos or videotape or record anything and go and post it online or send it to people. It would be a very catastrophic day for them. It would never go down well for that person. They would have to do something called run and hide. That's what the game would be. Run and hide. So when we look into it and we see what Tikki did, we see what Jayden did, I mean, it just goes to show you how nasty, how vile, how destructive people are. And it's one of the key reasons why people do not trust people. People do not believe in helping out people when they're in dire need, because you will do these things and people turn around and betray you. It backfire. It goes far left instead of it going right. And it's just one of the sad cases of harboring someone who you believe a friend who was in dire need, and you decided to open your doors, open your home to them. You understand? And when we look into something like that, you can understand where persons are coming from when they just do not want any friends, just like myself, because friends are in quote now. You can't tell. You can't tell when a person will betray you. So there, you just have to just stick to the safe side and do without. In a relationship now, where you're actually in a relationship with someone and they decide to do something like that, and for persons who are saying that Jayden is a boy, he hasn't yet grown up and he hasn't this and he hasn't that, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, once you reach the age of 18 on the island of Jamaica, you are deemed an adult. Means that if you commit a crime, you will be held liable legally. You'll be held responsible for your crime legally. If you are convicted, you'll be sent to prison, not a boys' home, not a girls' home. You'll be sent to prison if convicted of a heinous crime or violent crime. This is what happens. You understand? So him needing to grow up. And another thing, many persons are running with that argument, saying that he's low down and he's this and he's a boy and he's a batty man and he's immature and he's that. No, there are lots of grown-ass men who do these things. There are lots of older men who do these things. As a matter of fact, the younger generation learned it from the older generation. So with that being said, I don't think anybody is on any grounds to really ostracize him when it comes to that. And unless, of course, you're going to go against every man who you know have done these type of things. You understand? But I realize that people who are easy targets, people are easy to call them out. People are quick to call them out because they deem they are easy target. But there are so many other persons who have done things like these, and people laugh, people egg it on, people, you understand, support their dirty behavior and stuff like that. So with that being said, you can't trust anybody. You can't even trust the person who you're lying with, the person who you open your legs to, the person who you decide to have a relationship with. But there's some truth to the argument that Jayden is in fact immature. And Fabbi herself is no mature individual either. We know what she was known for doing online and stuff like that. So with that being said, you know, at some point in time, you guys have to learn a hard lesson and learn a hard lesson the hard way instead of learning it the easy way, because that's the road to take. So it's like a give and take. It's cause and effect. The universe gives you based on the road that you decide to walk on. And if that's the road that you decide to take, then you have to just deal with the ramifications that it comes with. You understand me? Shame, disgrace, all of that. All of it. That's basically what it comes with. You know, I understand. I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry, in that it's such a sad situation with what Tikki did. Your day will come. You are doing way too much, and many persons are saying you couldn't wait to go into the United States, to start the drama, to do all of these things, to go all out every day, going above and beyond to prove that you are bad on your mouth, you're more disrespectful than anybody else. You can go in, you must always have the last word, you must always have the last say, you must always have your lick back moment, and all of these type of things. So you are in no position to speak. You need help. You understand me? And these are the reasons why people are just so hesitant to be a part or associate themselves with people who are from the homosexual community, because it's bad enough. The heterosexual community has so much dealing with. Now, when you take on to the homosexual community or the gay community, and they decide that they want to normalize certain behavior, they want to be counterproductive, and they want to glamorize it, they want to come on the internet all day every day and say all sorts of nasty, degrading things about themselves and about each other, and showcase all of this, go into people's privacy and advertise it on the internet or post it all over the internet for persons. You guys are playing dangerous game with each other. And Tikki, you're talking about Bigone having AIDS. You know, anybody can get it still if you are having unprotected sex or through intravenous drug use, or you go to the hospital, not go to the hospital, or accidental, you know, hepatitis and stuff like that. So there are many ways, that more than one ways, I think, that you can really get infected. But at the angle that you're going and the rate that you're going, Tikki, you're no further from Bigone. If these allegations are in fact true that he does have HIV, you're no different, because you spoke of sleeping around, selling your body to so many persons. So what do you think is going to come? What do you think it's going to come with? What do you think the end game of it, should you keep on? What do you think the end game will be? And you're talking about seeing all sorts of diapers in the man house. Like, come on now. We don't need to know that. That's not our business. Whatever it is that you saw in that man house, leave that man alone. Be grateful that he assisted you crossing the border illegally. And you went to court and you have all these things to deal with. Be grateful that he assisted you, instead of coming on the internet and being very disrespectful and sending out the man's private information and business to the world. What are you doing? It just shows that you are such an ungrateful individual. And I think it's a Bible that says ungrateful is worse than witchcraft. Just to see how evil and wicked being ungrateful is. Someone could have went out their way to assist you. Bigone spoke of O'Neal was the one who was supposed to pick you up, but O'Neal did not want you at his place. And so he did not when you were at the airport. He was the one who came and picked you up. Bigone was the one who came. And this is the thanks that the guy get for assisting you. Shame, 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 shame. Shame. It's a sad day in the gay community. It is a sad day. You understand? But that's all I have to say about it. You guys have to figure it out. What length are you trying to go? What is your end game? What are you hoping to accomplish from this type of behavior all day, every day on social media? Thank you so much. Have a good day. May God bless you. Bye-bye.